Hello again, YouTube. The normal table's a wreck, so I tried to build this primitive one over the fire pit. Today we got the SCHF2SM. This is a Schrade hollow handle knife. Everybody knows hollow handle knives are junk, but this one is evidently not. It's based on a Chris Reeves knife, and they forge weld the handle so that the handle is full tang. The tang is the handle, and then they bore out the middle, so it's hollow. And then this is aluminum butt cap, and it comes in this junky sheath. So the very first thing I did was get rid of it. This is one of the smaller ones. There's 5 different models. There's a boot knife, 2 larger ones, and 2 smaller ones. But I basically just chucked this as soon as I got it, and I've done a little bit of leather work before, so I built a new sheath. Oh, before that though, I wrapped tennis racket tape all around it, and I put Ranger bands on it too, but one of them broke off. I've been putting off doing this review for a long time because you know, it's just such a hassle. There's so much to go over. But I just got back from a 4-night, 5-day camping trip, and I use this as the main knife, and I thought now would be the opportunity to review it and show you the mods while it's still fresh in my memory. So once I chucked the damn sheath, I put the sports wrap on here, and it didn't do very well. I'll probably have to do something else with this. This is only 4 days worth of use, and it's already just coming off, and there's another piece here that just came off, and Ranger band came off. So, and underneath it, the knurling is kind of wonky. It's pretty rough, but you know, it's still comfortable. You know, I just barely touched this bottom part now, but I'm gonna have to repair it. I just got back from the trip. I haven't done it yet. I just thought I'd show it off while it's still fresh. It did have a little rust on the blade, but that just dropped right off. It's high carbon steel, and if you really want to like see somebody chop it against something, or a different review, if you want to see it chop something, go to, well, I don't know. I can baton with it pretty fairly well. I had axes and saws with me, so I didn't have to do a whole lot of work for this, but I did do some finer work and some batoning, some kitchen work. Held up really well. So far the knife seems alright. So onto the sheath. I came up with this, and gonna have to get tension cord for this, but basically this is just scrap leather that I bought from the craft store. You can buy it in just big random bags, and they have like old saddle leather, and it's pretty thick ply and stuff. It's like heavy 8 to 10 ounce shit sometimes. This one happens to be made out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then some parts has 7 layers, it looks like. But the welt, yeah, to use the welt you just make strips. So the way I did it was I just, you know, cut the pattern out of cardboard, just like a noob would do. I'm not a good leather worker, but I've watched enough YouTube videos to where I know how to do a weld. And so when you get it at Michael's, it's generally like $6 a bag. If you have a 50% off coupon, yeah, it's cheap. And what you generally get are pieces like this. Random colors, random shapes, random, like some of these are pretty unusable, but you can get strap pieces and stuff out of this. So if anybody wants to make it, oh, and also the random bags come with a bunch of this shit, and it's just tons and tons of strips that, you know, I don't know what to do with them. I don't think I can do anything with them, but if I ever need a piece of leather cordage, I've got thousands and thousands of them. So you can get all that for $3 at Michael's, and then you can watch a few YouTube videos and build yourself a sheath. And the only reason I didn't put a dangler on this is because I forgot. Like, I really was meaning to put a D-ring here, but it's pretty solid. I bought some dye, I put the sealers on, I varnished the edges. So now when it goes in, and it's kind of shaped like the clip point, I was kind of happy with the way that works. Sorry, the sun is going down. Trying to get, oh, and here's, I'll do a couple of these. I don't know if they'll come into focus. So it fits in here, and this is the, and yeah, ferro rod. This is just one of my generic ones that I put the tape and the epoxy on. It slides down in, and I gotta put a bungee on it, but and then so this would have been fine for me just the way it is, because I put this part so long that it really sits well without being a dangler. Like, it doesn't bother me, and this would have been fine just the way it is. That's all artificial sinew. However, when I noticed this laying around, I thought, well, maybe this pouch. And by the way, this pouch didn't come with this little compass. I just stuck that on there. It works when there's no metal around. It's water or oil or whatever. It's working now. That's north. And I just tried it on here, and it turns out if I take this out, this thing actually straps right onto here. So let me see if I can do this. Yeah. Might be a bit hard to do on camera. These ones. Like, it just miraculously happened to fit right around the ferro rod loop. Like, I had not designed it like that, but it just fit. So the ferro rod actually has a tighter fit now that thing's blocking it in. And also, I got this sweet pouch on my sweet leather sheath. So what I did was I put in the I got a sharpening stone in here. It's a pretty fine grit one, and then behind that there's a whole bunch of alcohol pads. And then I found the new mini mag light, which I have around here somewhere. Yeah, the new mini mag light. First of all, this is the old LED mag light. I've got a conversion kit for it, so it's LED. It used to be just a regular incandescent bulb. It's alright, but the new one is smaller, thinner, higher performance, brighter. Everything's better on the new one. So I think this one was about 15 bucks, and the conversion kit for the old fatty is $7, I think. But this slips down into this elastic part between the just like that. Sorry, just like that. And then it will slip out without this cord. You really have to have the bungee cord on it there. I found that out the hard way. I lost the damn thing. So it's a little wonky looking, but yeah, just push it around a little. And now that's the final package. About 2 bags worth of scrap leather for $6 total with 50% off coupons. $50 knife. The mag light was $15. I don't know. You know, it's not an expensive kit, but let's get to the inside of it, because that's the whole point of having the hollow handle knife. It generally comes with this thing. Screwdriver bits. I don't know, it weighs a ton already. Why would they put that in there? So I turned mine into mostly a fishing kit, but it does have some other stuff too. And ordinarily the Ranger band will be covering the seam. However, it broke on the 4 or 5 day camping trip. I got some little artificial worms. I got some sinkers and a swivel. Put those over here. And if you can see down in here, that's a piece of cork, and anchored into it are some fish hooks, and it's all pretty tightly in there. You probably can't see, it's probably too blurry. Block it out from this side. Anyway, so the way I set this up to get it out is I put the fishing line runs through the center of this cork, and it makes a loop. So I can just take this loop, pull on it, right? And now you can see, first of all, there's a band-aid here. That was kind of an afterthought. Yeah. And now we have a spool with yeah, maybe 30-40 feet of fishing line. It's 6 tests, maybe 8 tests, I don't remember. I haven't used this for fishing yet. Oh, and there's another band-aid, so it fits 2 band-aids. And so the cork here can be used as a bobber. I've checked it, it floats. And the way to get to inside the spool, there's another kit. So to get that out, I put this bobber on the sinker on the end here to pull it through when I pull on this string. So when I pull on this string, it's going through the center of the bobber, and then it pulls out the package that's inside of there. And this one is a match striker, 2 or 3 matches. It's got one of these little glow sticks that you use. You buy them in the fishing aisle. They're tiny, tiny little glow sticks for using as fishing lures instead of spinners. And then the other thing is, I think I got 3 needles in here. Now underneath all of this, I should have mentioned this before, underneath the line there's a goodly amount of waxed artificial sinew, so that can be useful for other things. So that's basically the mods. I did put a little notch in the back here. The right angle on this was pretty good. But the coating and shit, it just works better with the it works better with a little notch in the back. So what I might do is replace all this. What I think I'm going to do is try and just repair this, put another Ranger band on, and if that doesn't work, I'm going to make some kind of like really tight form, wet leather, form fit leather handle for it, because I can't have this breaking down after just 4 days. That doesn't seem solid. But otherwise, everything else about the knife, for a $50 knife, this is damn fucking steel. So that's it. The damn, I keep such a stupid name. Schrade SCHF2SM. That's it, man. Peace.